guys have recently survived a lot of that, though. What happened today that sort of changed it?
We didn't make plays. We didn't make shots on the offensive end. And on top of that, we didn't get stops. I mean, they got in the rhythm. DeRozan got in the rhythm. We had some key fouls and offensive rebounds we let them have, and they took advantage of that. So, I mean, that's probably the big thing tonight was if we would have got a few more stops, it would have been all right. It wouldn't have mattered really what we did on the offensive end, but they scored at will in the last probably 6 minutes.
One thing Brad said tonight was that if you guys aren't better by April, then you guys are in trouble. I mean, do you see what he means by that?
Yeah. We got to be able to execute down the stretch. That's playoff basketball to a T. We got to be able to execute on both ends and figure out how to win close games.
Isaiah, a lot of these games that you guys have lost to the teams above you in the standings that have kind of slipped away down the stretch, is there anything that you see, like something repeating itself in all those games that you guys aren't doing or that teams are taking away from you?
I mean, teams get more aggressive. They got more aggressive with me. They had two guys on me even when I didn't come off pick and rolls. They had Joseph and those guys full out denying me, and we got to figure out how to play when teams do that. So other guys got to make plays on that end. But at the end of the day, it comes down to getting stops. They were in the rhythm the last 5-6 minutes where they were in the bonus, and it's tough to play defense when the team's in the bonus.
Boston is third in the Eastern Conference. You have a chance to tie Toronto. There's been a lot of injuries with this team and a lot of things changing. How good can this team be once you guys are all fully healthy? And
that's a big question. I feel like we really don't know what our potential is. I feel like we can be really good, but the first thing is to get healthy and develop a rhythm, right? Yeah. But I do like the potential of our team.
Isaiah Thomas is posting huge numbers for you guys, huge scoring. Why do you think he's so underrated with some fans? Like the All-Star voting, he's not up there, but he's playing phenomenal for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I think as the years go along, people start figuring out how great of a player he is. Me being his teammate this year, I have a totally different look on him. Last year I was like, he's an all-star player, he's a good player, but seeing it from firsthand this year, some of the things that he's able to do, I feel like that's going to put him in a different level, and it's just a matter of time until everyone realizes how good he really is.
Final question for you. What have you enjoyed about playing for Coach Stevens so far?
I think just the freedom on the offensive end, really for me to be able to kind of play all over the place, play high, play in the post sometimes, be able to make plays with the ball. It's been really fun.
Coach, how has Al's screen setting affected your guys' offense this season?
He's a good screener. He is good at knowing when to slip out. He's good at knowing when to screen. That's critical when you're playing against different positions. A lot of when you're playing against fives, sometimes the bigs are back and you're more likely to set it. When you're playing against guys that are more aggressive, you want to slip out and separate from it. He's just good at reading that because he's smart and he's had a lot of years doing it.
Why was he an important guy for you guys to add this year?
I mean, I think anytime you can add a guy that's accomplished something, that's a real positive. But I think more so than that, for us, it was about who he is as a person and what he brings to the locker room on an everyday basis. He's not only a really good offensive and defensive player, but he's an extremely consistent pro. And we're still really young, and so we felt like that was very important, especially with a guy that you're going to bring in being a foundational piece of what you're trying to accomplish and everything else, a guy that the young guys could look up to.
As a rookie coming into a team that's one of the top in the Eastern Conference, how tough is that, kind of carving out your own niche on this team as a young guy?
I don't really have anything to compare it to, so I'm just just trying to get better every day. But I mean, everything has its challenge. Too much is given, much is required. So I don't really complain about it. Just try to handle what's in front of me.
That's a great way to look at it now. This is a young team. There's a lot of veterans on this team. Who are some veterans that you're kind of learning from and kind of acting as mentors to you?
Each one is like they give different things. Like all of them have different personalities, and all of them pull me aside and have different things they tell me. So all of them help me out a lot.
What's it like playing for Coach Stevens?
It's great. Coach Stevens gave me the opportunity. A lot of times rookies don't get the opportunity to play, so it's a blessing to be able to be on the floor with a good team as we are. I mean, one game back from second in the East, so I'm playing. I get playing time, so that's a blessing in itself. So just try to get better and learn as much as possible and try to be great.
Now, usually games in January don't mean too much, but if you guys win tonight, I think you tie or at least leapfrog Toronto. How big is this game for you guys?
It's a big game. It's a big game. Toronto's a really good team, and we really want to perform well when we play a really good team. So I know it's early, but I expect to see a playoff-like atmosphere tonight.
Your starting lineup has changed so often this year with injuries and other things. How tough is that when there's such a constant flux? And
Yeah, we've had more often than not. We haven't had all 5, but it's been good to build our depth and good to try new things. And other than that, not good. But no, it's no. I mean, I think it's a positive. Anytime you get a chance, different guys get to play. Different guys get to play a role. We feel good about Marcus starting regardless of who's out, and and then you're going to inevitably go with somebody who's playing a little bit less off the bench, and so that's been great for guys like Terry and Jaylen and younger guys that we need to help us down the road.